Welcome back to Passing Time with Craig. As always, I'm your host, Craig, and today we are getting a little glimpse back at this year's Calgary Expo, where I got to do a live podcast recording. Super fun. I had two wonderful guests. My friends Hans and Megan came on out to chat all thing Expo. We just had a great time. We had a nice little audience there. First time we did this, so hopefully in the future we'll do it again. Think we got the audio all figured out. But yeah, it was a great time at the Calgary Expo this year. Thank you once again for having us and a lot of cool stuff. So let's just dive right in. Enjoy our recording of Passing Time with Craig live at the Calgary Expo 2026. Thank you for coming to the Passing Time with Craig live podcast recording. I'm your host, Craig McFarland. Thank you.
Man, that's so quiet for 100 people.
Yeah, there's so many people here. We had to turn people away. But I'm super excited. I love the expo, and I wanted to do this live podcast recording, which I thought would be super cool. And I didn't want to do it alone, so I brought two wonderfully talented friends of mine. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Meryl Streep and Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just left. Sorry. So we got these fine folks. So why don't you introduce yourselves and explain what you do in the entertainment industry?
Okay. I'll go first. Sure. My name's Hans Wackershauser, and I'm an actor, voice actor, writer. I don't know, whatever they'll pay me to do. Yeah, this is what I do. Yeah. So basically, I guess I mostly do voice acting. That's like my bread and butter. I got started in the anime industry. My first role ever was in a show called Card Fight Vanguard, which is very similar. So everybody knows that one, right? It's a very famous show.
Yeah.
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically. It's kind of similar. It's a card game, and it gets brought to the point where it's like, but the card game will save the world. Yeah. And so I got cast in that, and and ever since then I've just been doing anime and commercials and video games and cartoons.
I know your voice haunts me sometimes. Sometimes I'll just be watching something and the ad will come on. I'll be like, "Oh, it's this guy."
Exactly. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to have people be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sick of it. I want to be the Nickelback of voice acting."
What a goal to have. That's put that on your business
They're
card.
like technically proficient, but nobody wants to hear it.
Yeah. No, the goal is back-to-back commercials where some people are like, "Oh my god, is that the same person? I don't want to hear this ever again." Yeah.
Well, I already reached that goal. I've had that.
Oh.
That happened.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Well, I have
there
stuff
you
to aspire to.
Were they like very different commercials?
No, it's like no, it was like on a local station, and one was clearly like a national campaign that I had done, and then one was a local campaign, and the radio station played them back to back, and I was like, I'm not going to get work for the next few months because that's all Pat. No one's going to want me because I'm like, I've heard her before.
Yeah. The casting directors are like, "This is interesting. I've heard this, but I feel like this feels familiar to me. Let's hire them."
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Megan Baldry. I am also an actor, voice actor, multi-hyphenate person. I'm a playwright. I'm a theater kid at heart. This is also my real life husband. I'm pointing to Hans. You're supposed to can't see.
Not her own hands. That's my name. Yeah.
My fellow panelist, Hans Wackerhauser, is married to me in real life. As I like to say in all my bios, I'm a voice actor by day, and then a theater, film, and television actor, playwright, arts educator, adult spelling bee champion.
Yes.
Yeah.
By later that same day. I say that because Craig had an adult spelling bee.
I had an adult spelling bee, and people were kind of bad at it.
It was honestly, and we had whiteboards and everything.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a full like spelling bee where you had
Stand
to
up and be like, "What's
stand
the
up
word?"
and recite it. We were able to write it down. It was a stiff competition, I would say.
No, it was not.
I mean, I'm barely able to spell bee, so that's my problem.
That's fair. Okay, so we're at the expo. What are we excited about the expo? What do we love about the expo?
I mean, I just like, one of my big things is wandering around and like getting a lay of the land and sort of seeing what weird stuff is out there, whether it's like trinkets or art. And there's a lot of weird stuff. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to go around and see like sort of like the knickknacks that people create and go out into the world and stuff like,
Art
buy this.
Valley for sure is like
Yeah.
Where I spend most of my time at the expo, going through Artist Alley multiple times. Usually, I'm always on the hunt for stickers and pins. that are up my
Those things.
section.
Yeah.
Fandoms. I'm a low goblin for stickers.
Yeah.
It's true.
So that's what I'm
they're hidden all over the house. Sometimes you just find like a stockpile of stickers somewhere and it'll just explode out.
I need a better. Maybe this expo goal is maybe a sticker storage solution.
There you go.
Yeah, you could get like that could be a whole booth. Sticker storage solution.
Or it's probably like I'm thinking like those daily pill things.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like a sticker.
Yeah, and you just have those in them, and you can get big ones. You can get all different
Ones for depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also always my goal whenever we go to like beer fest.
Yeah.
Or any like us up here are all big beer drinkers. That's how we met Craig. Actually, was drinking beer.
Yeah, that's how I meet most people in my life.
And so when I go to beer fest or something like that, but my goal isn't actually to drink as much beer as possible. That's secondary goal. First goal is how many free stickers and pins.
People love stickers.
Yes, they
They
do.
absolutely love stickers. It's crazy.
I'm very, very excited about live wrestling happening this year.
Yeah. Like look next door and like
Next door, live wrestling.
Yeah, I don't think we'll probably won't catch the one right after this, but I've been told it
Why
every
not?
day
Yeah.
because I want to eat food. I've said that. I'm hungry.
And there's a
You can
lot
eat
of
and
food
watch
options.
wrestling.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of food options here. I don't think people realize that's a huge aspect of this.
Oh,
Is
totally.
like,
Okay, what would be your wrestler identity though?
If it did it have to be like nerd?
No, well, I mean, it could be whatever you want. Because I remember, like, I thought about this. I
Fair.
grew up
Okay,
watching.
so you really brought it up because you
yeah, you're like, I have my answer, and I'm gonna make
Everybody
the rest
shut
of
up. That I have my answer. So I would be the librarian,
Yeah.
and I dress up like a stiff librarian with the glasses and everything like that, and you'd like hit people with books and whatnot and shush them.
Yeah.
It'd be a heel, just like, oh, just shush the audience.
Well, I mean, I could be like the podcaster,
Yeah.
and I would like my finishing move would be, I don't know, mic drop, something like that. Or I also host events where I'm trivia daddy, so I guess I could also be trivia daddy. Like,
questions.
Yeah,
And you got a Jurassic Park shirt. You could be something from Jurassic Park.
I
You
could
be
definitely
archaeologist or something. Yeah.
what's his John, the billionaire John Hammond.
John Hammond, right?
Hammond. You could be him walking with your amber cane.
Yes.
And just
and use the cane
get
on
somebody
people.
else to beat them up. Hire
Perfect.
somebody to beat them up.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that. I like that. Megan?
I would be the librarian. No, I might have. I don't know.
You probably pull that off better than
I could
sacrifice
be
that
like,
for
we have
you.
little sexy glasses.
Yes.
The really tiny ones on the chain.
Yeah. I don't know if I've thought enough about this. I do know when I go to we like to go to amateur wrestling in general. It's very fun to do. I do like to chant at them like it's heated rivalry or something and like tell them to kiss. And now they don't do that anymore.
Mm.
I once successfully got 3 sets of wrestlers in a night.
To kiss.
Kiss.
Wow.
And then I talked to one of them a couple months later after like we were at the same bar. And I was like, I got you to kiss someone once. He's like, yeah, we don't do that anymore because of you. But there was a time where you could bully the wrestlers into kissing.
Always good to bully people into kissing.
Yeah.
Well, they're enemies. It's enemies to lover. That's a classic romance.
There was a
novel
guy,
trope.
there was once because amateur wrestling is wild. There was just a guy. He was just Deadpool. He was just dressed out in like a Deadpool morph suit. And I was like, kiss. And he's like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, Deadpool's canonically pansexual.
Yeah.
You kind of have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And if you're just being Deadpool,
Yeah.
that's not very exciting.
No.
Unless it's a whole superhero theme
Yeah.
and they're all different. Like there's Wolverine and stuff like that. But if that's not happening, then that's just a waste.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is I think my wrestling persona might be the sexual harasser. I think that's
There you go. That's what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Well, speaking of like wrestling
Mhm.
and costumes, Deadpool, one of the best things about the expo is all the cosplay. We've got
Yes.
some fantastic people dressed up right there as well.
Mhm. So many people. 50,
Yeah.
50 people in
I
costume.
see Ash Ketchum over there. What do we got? We got
Fully functional Megatron. Oh my
that is,
God.
yeah. That must have been took hours to make.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Well, so we're doing this before the parade tomorrow, and that's where we get to see a lot of the costumes.
Mhm.
Are there any from the past that have stuck out to you that you remember seeing that you're like, oh wow?
I mean, I do like seeing somebody dressed as like what is traditionally like a tiny anime girl, but they're a big jacked guy. I find that's very impressive too. They got the wig and everything. And you're like, oh crap, that's a very that's a vibe. Yeah.
I can't think of any off the top of my head that have super stuck out. I know our friend Chris, who's here, he has an iconic costume that he wears to all the cons that is not with us today. And it's broken. Oh no, he dresses as a guy from Spaceballs. Big.
Oh, nice.
And
we get so many pictures every year.
Whenever we walk around with Chris, people are like,
He's a celebrity.
And people, that's just it. It's the costumes of like something kind of obscure that everybody knows and loves, but not everybody's doing it. Like, I mean, we could see 50,000 Spider-Mans this weekend.
Totally, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But if you only see like one Spaceball, and especially with the new movie coming out, so like it's gonna be a big one.
But we won't, apparently, of R.I.P.
Way to go! Way to disappoint us.
Yeah, we have like a niche cosplay that we're gonna do tomorrow. We talked a little bit about this off mic, but Hans really wanted to go as middle-aged Peter Pan, a la Hook.
Yeah.
So that was.
I'm in my Robin Williams era. Yeah. Less hair, less body hair, but
So far.
Everybody's less body hair.
Actually, we watched that movie recently while we were making.
Fully waxed chest.
And I'm like, that must have taken a lot. That was a lot of effort for that.
But
yeah, he once said, I saw one interview where he said like the girl would get tired and have to take breaks waxing him.
like tap in.
It's like the 8-hour shifts of waxing Robin Williams' body.
Yeah, the struggle is real.
So Hans said that he's like, I want to do that cosplay, and I said, great, I'll go as Shmi, because that's the kind of woman I am. Apparently, that I didn't immediately think Tinkerbell as the counterpoint to that. I thought Smee.
You could do worse than Bob Hoskins.
Yeah. But then we thought it might be weird to be Peter Pan and Smee and not Hook and Smee. So then we thought Tinkerbell, but then I'll be dressed as Rufio.
See, and that's like couples costumes are usually like who would be dating or whatever. But I find it fun to do just like weird combinations. Like, you could do like the live action Mario and Luigi from the movie. I think that would be a funny couples.
Oh yeah.
We have a ton that I've been trying to convince. I mean, we went to one of your Halloween events and we rocked our
dress as Billy Madison, that penguin that he hallucinates.
Yeah, I didn't go. I was the penguin he hallucinates. Is again where I went with my part of the couple's costume, and then our friend joined our trivia team, and we are like, oh, can you throw together like a Veronica Vaughn, which is Billy Madison's love interest in that. And then there's pictures of us and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it looks like you. Yeah. I'm literally the imaginary penguin in the background of your couple's costume with our mutual friend, which is.
We looked great together, to be honest.
It's true.
I'm
just the creepy.
I see a lot of Bob's Burgers couple's costumes, but sometimes it's like Bob and Tina, and I'm like, I don't like that. That's uncomfortable.
We got Bob's Burgers for Halloween one year, and I was Tina, and Hans was Jimmy Jr. So
well, we were also going. It was like kind of like a club, like a pseudo club dance vibe, and I was like, well, this is perfect for Jimmy Jr. because I could just pull out some weird dance moves.
He loves to dance. Yeah.
I've been working on Hans for a long time. I wanted to do a labyrinth where I'm David Bowie and he's Jennifer Connelly.
I don't have the eyebrows.
Like, he says no, but I am making headway on the pitch that Labyrinth, I'm David Bowie, Hans is Toby the Baby.
Oh, there you go.
So he's been open to that, although I haven't had the capacity or time to try to make a David Bowie Goblin King.
Well, you could just go as like David Bowie, just characters.
Just David Bowie, yeah.
Just different area of David Bowie.
Yeah. Ziggy Stardust vibes and Labyrinth.
His cameo and extras, if anybody's really into hardcore British comedy shows. Yeah.
Just very obscure. I love it. I love it.
It's perfect.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna see some good people this year. There's also a lot of famous people, obviously. Is there anybody you're excited to see? I mean, voice actors, there's a lot of them. And personally, I'm very excited that Goofy
and
Max and of course Jim Cummings, the voice of everybody.
Is all doing everything. Yeah. I mean, as far as meeting people go, it would be fun to meet them, but it's like I'm fine with like even like from afar being whatever. I did grow up watching Smallville, so Tom Welling is definitely a person that
I'd love to see Tom Welling too, if you know what I mean.
I would also love to see Tom Welling.
Let's say you see Tom Welling. After that response,
I'm not allowed to go see Tom Welling, that's for sure.
So we're gonna hop on over to Cowboys.
Sex again.
We're gonna hop over to Cowboys. We're gonna get some daiquiris. We're gonna come back. We're gonna see Tom Welling.
Yeah.
That seems smart.
Yes, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Yeah.
I'm excited about the fellowship being here.
Yes.
I'd love to see the little hobbits.
And they are little in real life.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about Elijah Wood and Don Monahan and Billy Boyd and Sean Astin. I would love to. Neither of us are the type of people to like pay for pictures and autographs, but like I do like to go hear them talk about stuff. We previously there've been voice actors that I've been like jazzed to hear speak on it, stuff like that. And like I think you hit the ones that I'm excited about though, like Goofy and Max Goof. Like Jason Marsden is not just Max Goof, like it's got a ton of my childhood.
Well, they're Hocus Pocus, like like they're Max and Allison are here, and I love Hocus Pocus. It's such a good movie.
Yeah, it is. The first one. The second one I was like, didn't need to make.
Nah.
Yeah.
The second one where they all of a sudden just go into a musical number when they come back. I'm like, who are they singing to? Who are they performing? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Jim Cummings is obviously like a legend, so I would love to hear him speak. And he just did. We watch we're millennials. We're watching our YouTubes. We're watching our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And we love like tech support, but it's like whatever support. Have you seen these videos?
No.
There's like voice actor support.
Okay.
Like they bring on a voice actor. It's like like the Cold War support. It's like a Cold War.
It's like being an expert and like answer people's questions on the internet or whatever.
People's tweets and stuff. So like Jim Cummings just did voice actor support a couple months ago, where he'd answered like questions from X and that have been submitted and stuff like that. And I also teach voice acting. Like I'm a coach and a instructor, and he said something that I've been trying to convey to my students and stuff and haven't found the right basically soundbite. He said voice acting is microphones.
We got microphones.
Voice acting is capital A acting, but lowercase v voice. And that's like
and that's definitely something that people seem to get confused about when they want to become a voice actor. They're like, I want to do crazy voices. And the thing is, like, you don't actually, it's not doing crazy voices. It's literally you, like, the voice of Daffy Duck or Donald Duck or let's think of another animal. Yoshi. But Yoshi. Exactly. Like, those voices suit that character and it fits the world. So it's like you don't start with the voice, you start with the character and the world that they're in. Right.
Yeah. The acting is the most important component. So I would love to hear, especially as someone like Jim Cummings, who, if you don't know, he's like Tigger and Dark
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. So it's like pretty classic voice acting stuff. I would love to hear more nuggets, and that's the one thing.
Yeah, and their experiences, and that's something that I like. That like the behind the scenes stuff, I'm very interested in. More so than getting pictures of somebody, I like to hear like the gossip, you know, the hot goss that you get from them, where it's like this crazy thing happened, and that's the interesting thing. And like sometimes they like throw a little shade at some dude. They don't ever really tell who it is, but they're like, this really crappy thing happened. I'm like, that's amazing. Yeah. I want to hear more about it. Who was it? Yeah. Destroy your career.
What was like last year Nicholas Hoult was here, and it was before Superman came out. So of course, we're like, what can you tell us about Superman? And he's like, I can tell you so much later. And so that was fun. And like, I've dragged my friends to some of the panels before, and last year, actually, Helen Hunt was here, and I went to see that panel. My buddy was like, yeah, sure, I'll go with. And then he was like, oh my God, I forgot that she was in all these things. And then hearing her talk about Twisters.
She's in so much. Yeah,
so much. Yeah. And she's talking about being a big fan of like Star Wars and stuff. So it was just cool to just hear their stories and hear them,
Well, like every single one of them has like a story of like how they got into acting in the first place. Because there's so many personalities out there that are like, like for instance, we watched the old Anaconda and the new Anaconda recently. You don't need to see the new Anaconda. You don't. I thought it would be, it'd be good. But like somebody like John Voight, it's like, how did you end up as an actor? Your personality does not seem to lend itself to the arts at all, even though you are good at the roles that you do. Feels crazy. Is he? When
He said you're good at the role that you do, and I just
he was great. His performance.
It's iconic.
Yeah, it's like exactly what accent was he trying to do?
Apparently, like what Venezuelan.
It's all about the scowl. It's all about the scowl that he has going on, or the smirk, or whatever. The whole movie, the smile front is.
And all you
The whole
know
time,
about
but
the
once in
new
the eye, it's
Anaconda is, I feel like this is the pitch for it, and also as far as they got, which is Jack Black and Paul Rudd are in it.
Yeah.
And they're like, I have an idea for Anaconda. Jack Black and Paul Rudd are in it.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, go on.
Yeah.
No,
that's it.
And Steve Zahn kind of steals the show.
Yeah.
Him and the snake handler. I'm sorry, I don't know the actor's name. Maybe look that up later. I don't know. But he's like, honestly, his character. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They're working on it right now. Let's get back to us. But no, yeah, like stuff like that where even if the movie's bad, if there's a couple performances, you're like, man, this person locked in for this performance and they really cared about it and they like tried their hardest to like tell the story from even though it's comedic, from like an earnest,
or if they got the memo that they know that this movie is ridiculous, so they play it ridiculous and they're having so much fun with it, then that's great. I love when that happens. But when you're like, you're actually enjoyable and really good in this movie, even though the movie is shit.
One of my favorite things about the expo, or like anywhere where the public gets to ask questions, is I love to watch for questions that are just statements. That's my favorite. Like, if there was a bar in here, that would be a drinking game.
Yes.
That I would play, because I also like I present at a writers conference that happens here, and it's like, oh, when we get to the question period for this famous person, famous author or whatever, how many of these questions are going to be like, I'm a writer and I'm writing a book, and they're like, congratulations, sir. Question. They're like, how do you write a book? And I'm like, you didn't have a question.
You did not.
You did not. In front of that.
I want to be an actor. Okay, what you got?
There's always the questions, especially with voice actors. I'm like, I want to be a voice actor. How did you get into it? It's like, there's so many different ways to get into the industry. But if you're from Calgary, a lot of the answer is not going to apply because these people worked in markets like LA or Vancouver, Toronto, or New York. So
yeah, I think the hardest part about answering that question is like every single person who has done anything in the industry knows that there's no one answer. Everybody had a different door in. And that door can be a revolving door where you go in and you go out the other side. You're like, damn it, and I got to find another door now. This one's locked.
The most awkward experience I've had, like witness, was at the expo years ago when some of the Goonies were here. Corey Feldman, Sean Astin, and I think there's two other ones here. But we're in the panel, we're watching it, and this one guy asks, he's like, Corey, like, you've been very vocal about, the awful things that happen in Hollywood.
You make someone talk.
Then we asked if the other guys had any experiences like that they wanted to share, and I was like, what? You could hear a pin drop.
That's bold.
And Sean Astin was like, no, we're not talking about that. We're not asking. Like, this is a family place, like, fun. I was like, oh my goodness, that was crazy. Really awkward, really fun.
We were talking about, there was a voice actor we watched one of his panels a couple years ago, and someone, like, oh, like, I want to be a voice actor. You're such a good voice actor and writer. How do you have any advice for me starting out? And their answer was, well, first of all, I'm an actor. Not a voice actor, but just an actor. And I think we were like, oh. Which is like, yes, it's true, but it's like, you mean that first? You mean that little baby?
Yeah.
Voice actor feel bad.
It's also just like there's different categories to stuff. Like somebody being like, I'm a theater actor or a stage actor or a film actor or a TV actor, but putting them in like a weird hierarchy feels weird because it's like an actor should be able to do all of those things really without feeling guilty. It's like, no, I can't. Oh, I couldn't possibly do voice acting. it's too easy.
Yeah.
I don't have to suffer for it at all. I just have to show up in my jammy jams and speak into a microphone, which sometimes you do because you're like, it's been a tough day, and I'm recording at my booth at home, and they don't get to see me. I can be in little jammy jams.
There's a lot of rawless reporting for me. I don't have to put one on.
I don't wear a bra when I record my podcast, so it's great.
Put on a bra actually when I record. Yeah, the jiggling sound is too distracting.
Well, I call myself an entertainer because, event host podcasts. I've done some acting, and it's just like it's just easier to just call yourself an entertainer. But then you sound like really full of yourself, kind of, and like I'm an entertainer. And then sometimes I wear the people think that means I have like an OnlyFans, and I'm like, nope, that's not it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, the more you meet people, the more you describe your career, the more you get the question. Like it leads to being like, and you survive off of that. You're like,
I love when people ask me to survive. Yeah.
Cute.
And you make a living off of that? You can pay rent?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. You should do something different. You're like, I'm here. I'm alive right now. I'm currently feeding myself off of it.
And a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a cat. Yeah, exactly.
But people are like, oh yeah, you're gonna have kids? And I'm like, okay, but we feed ourselves. Yeah, okay, man, not a
That's not enough. No, people want to judge you and go like, oof, well, when you get a real job.
Well, we ran into a former coworker of Hans's when we went up for his birthday last week. We ran into him in the street. He said, "What are you doing right now?" And Hans was like, "Oh yeah, I'm an actor." And he's like, "Yeah, what do you do for work?" And I was like, I did
it. I'm doing it.
Just that. And we were like, yeah, I need for unless we have to. Both of us have been freelancing for a few years now fully. And like the truth of the matter is, we both come from very like working class families that we're not none.
Yeah, like no shade to my parents or anything like that, but it was like they were like, from the time you were 3, you knew you wanted to act, and it's like, yeah, but you guys didn't at all with that. They were just like, cool, go for it. And like from 3, it's like nobody looked into anything. Yeah. Nobody was like, how does this work? They were like, you go for it. But I'm like, that's cool. Is that supportive? It kind of is. And also at the same time, you could have done something. Yeah.
Well, my mom asked me, I remember her asking me when I was in elementary school. I was like grade 1 or grade 2. She said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And my previous answer has not been super ambitious. I wanted to be a ballet teacher, not even a ballerina. I was not sure.
I know my way.
When I got into first grade, I started school plays. I said I wanted to be an actor, and everyone was like, you can't do that. Andrews are all on drugs, is what she had said to me. She's like, so you can't. She picked something else. So I was like, okay. And she told me that when I was 7. And then I didn't think about doing it again until it was high school. Yeah. And I was like, okay, now I have to choose what I want to do. And I have there was I thought 2 options. I wanted to pursue acting or writing or working in publishing, being around books.
Yeah.
And I went the acting route. And so far I'm not addicted to drugs.
So that's good. So far. You have mentioned beer, though.
But that could be a fun, you never know, right?
Yeah.
Go into our Charlie Sheen era, really. Tiger blood.
Yeah.
Tiger-blooded, yeah.
Max out on testosterone.
I also said I wanted to be an actor when I was a kid. And yeah, people are definitely like, okay, cool, sure. I was like, nobody's going to do anything about that. No one's going to encourage me. Other people are like, no.
I did all the school plays, but I do remember getting into theater school where Hans came at and starting.
No big deal. It was hot and heavy in those hallways.
Our teacher did kind of just thinking a lot of sense through it. And she went busted and he cackled because she had a very nothing happened, but
then she just watched.
She walked by and kept going.
She lit up a cigarette.
Continue.
Is that how you're gonna kiss her?
I had a point. I forgot. Yeah, someone thinking about.
Is that how you're gonna kiss?
No.
And then you lit up a cigarette? No. All right.
No. I had a thought that brought me to theater school. Oh, getting into theater school and having other people that had been in theater school being like, oh yeah, I had an agent for since I was 12, and like, here's my headshot. And I really, for like not knowing when I auditioned, that's like, they're like, oh, sing a song. And then I didn't even sing a musical theater song.
Yeah.
Like for my theater school audition, I sang like
What'd you sing?
so I don't even remember the name of the song, but it was like I was really into like alt rock. Still I am. That's my genre. It was like a song by Rilo Kiley, which is a very specific kind of like big emo pop band.
Sounds like a Star Wars character.
I definitely thought that for a moment. I was like, wait, why do I know that name?
Disney owns Star Wars now. It definitely sounds like it's spin-off of like Rilo Kiley.
It's not from a musical. I didn't even have the concept of like how to find cheap music like that kind of, you know what I mean? So it was interesting to see people who have had parents who took that to heart, took the interest to heart. Like, and like my parents were never not supportive, but like interesting to, basically like we figured a lot of how the industry works out together. I mean, we've been together since theater school, so that's years. More years than you would think, because we look so young. And
very young.
Yeah, the help that we got was like your parents are like laying on the couch. You want to be an actor? Rock and roll, dude. Crack a beat.
But it's interesting to be like thinking now we've been freelancing for a few years, and this has been our main source of income for our household in general. And thinking of like of the years I spent particularly working like a grueling day job, and then like trying to make this work, either we're taking time off work or doing it in the evening, and thinking about like basically I spent all my 20s working like 2 full-time jobs, an actual full-time job, and then trying to have an acting career. And since transitioning into being freelancing, I have seen more success.
Yeah, there is that like cross section of like, I mean, you do have to get enough training to be confident in what you do, but there's a certain level of like, well, I have this fallback if I don't succeed. But the thing is, a lot of times that fallback just becomes like this like wall that's pushing up against the actual energy you have to put towards what you need to do. Like there's times where you're working a 40-hour week job and you turn down auditions because you're like, well, I have to work that shift or whatever. And it's like, that could have been your role. That could have been a good role for you, but now you'll never know because you were like, well, I needed to make $70 that day, whatever, right?
Well, it's really funny. I think the reason that this is on my mind, besides like talking about acting and our role in the entertainment industry as like local people doing it. Sisters
doing it local style.
Doing it local style? Don't know. What does that mean? Doing it local style.
Well, you're gonna find out after the podcast.
I don't think you'll get spending time with Craig after dark.
Why did my mind go to someone who became famous at Calgary Stampede? Rat local style.
Local style, like
I guess, yeah.
But today we work as standardized patients as well, which is acting work. It's weird acting work, but if you don't know what that is, it's basically that's an assigned bell where Kramer.
It just has gonorrhea, and that's it.
You should the baby doctors. They train them. They pretend to be patients for them.
Yeah.
We were at that job before we came here, and I got a text from my friend. So before my last full-time job, I worked for a restaurant group, and I was their catering and events manager. So I had like I had a job. Mm-hmm. Did I have any training for that? No, it was all like, that's why I planned a lot of weddings for this restaurant. I was a leg 1 year for the weddings that were happening there and events that were happening there. I was like the go-to person. And my friend, who still worked at the company, she's like, someone called for you today. I didn't work there in 3 years. Wow. She's like, someone called for you today because you were their wedding coordinator at the restaurant, and their friend's getting married, and they want
to return the wedding. No. You really screwed up.
They wanted me to be their friend's wedding coordinator.
Wow.
And she was like, he was really mad that I wouldn't just give me your phone number. And I'm like, this is the weirdest thing. Like, am I getting messages from the universe that it's like, it's time to go back to civilian life? Yeah. Or is it just like, here's a little test? Because I'm like, it's so wild that's like.
It is a test.
Yeah. Someone from my past job is like, no, I need to get in touch. She's like, so here's his phone number. That was like the only way I could get him off the phone is that he's like, why won't you give me her phone number? And my friend's response was, well, she's not a wedding planner.
Yeah.
She's a voice actor. So I don't want, that's not her job.
Yeah. Well, now you could do that. But that doesn't sound, I don't know. I feel like people in wedding, yeah, I was going to say, if you can get a lot of money from it, because people and weddings are just ridiculous.
That stresses me out even thinking about having to coordinate somebody else's day, because I think you'd have to be constantly on call. Like even in 1 a.m, they're gonna have an idea and they're like, beep, 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 beep. Guess what?
Coordinators did break from wedding planner. Let's not get into the details of the wedding coordinator is like the stage manager. You want to talk in theater terms?
Well, that still
happens.
Yeah,
they're not in charge of like planning it.
The azaleas.
Yeah, I'd be. If azaleas did not show up, I would be like, "Where are the azaleas?"
Yes.
And figure out how to get the azaleas there.
That still sounds terrifying.
Oh yeah, I don't want to.
I have people who will ask me to come like do trivia or bingo at their weddings for them, just like entertainment, and it's always like I always tell them, I was like, I know how these works. I know how these weddings work, and that you say it's this time, it's not going to be that time. It's okay. And they're like, no, it'll be fine. It's going to be this time. Because they'll be like, show up for 6. And I'm like, okay, we won't be starting then. But that's okay. And sure enough, it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and we're finally going. And I'm like, see, weddings, they're not fun. That's why I haven't had one. That's what I'm going with. That's the reason.
Well, something that I would do that's active adjacent and thought about when I was the wedding coordinator is I would love to be an efficient. I think that would be like the perfect mix of like making a lot of money and entertaining.
And do you guys do like a crazy voice?
Yes, as dress up as a
efficient, but I will do.
That is the thing. When we got married, when we got married, that was one of the things that they're like, which we clowned on a little bit, but they're like, the government or whatever, the forms are like, it has to be taken very. It's a solemn occasion. I'm like, it's not.
I've gone, because Alberta now has it where you can do it, where you can marry.
Yeah, and it's my brother married us.
Yeah, so just for the 2 days, or just for the 1 day, just that couple.
Yeah.
But it's like they've got all the different things that you say and do, but there's like 2 lines that they have to make the people say. It's like the only like legal thing, and it's very interesting. It's just like everything else is fine. Because I tell all the couples, I'm like, well, you're not religious because you're hiring me, but like, what do you want to do? And
Jurassic Park theme.
So they end up being so short. Like I'm like, this is gonna take like 5 minutes at most, and people love it, especially when it's hot out.
Yeah,
this is great. Like we went through this so fast. I'm like, well, yeah, we don't need any of that boring crap.
So I guess here's another pitch.
This has turned into a TED talk. Keep your speeches short at a wedding. I swear to God, you have to wait to eat.
Someone needs to get married at the expo. This is what.
Has there never been a wedding here?
But like, I saw a proposal last year during the like cosplay parade.
Yeah,
which was very cute. But like,
do we know that was a real proposal? Maybe it was part of the costume.
But I'm saying next year, maybe collectively we pitch, give us a room, let's marry as many nerds as possible.
I like it.
We'll do it in this room.
It's just a mass wedding. And
that's where
you're making a cult.
I love it.
Let's make a cult.
Cosplay cult.
I think we've only got a couple minutes left. So, final thoughts on the expo this year. What were we thinking?
Well, we touched a little bit on food. We're planning to like, I did a grocery shop, an expo grocery shop, so we can bring a lot of lunch. But I did see when we were walking around before this panel, my favorite food booth, which is the cereal booth.
Yes.
Because I love the cereal booth. So I'm looking forward to eating a bowl of weird cereal with weird milk. Because that's what cereal booth is like. I recommend the cereal booth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just hoping to find a weird piece of art that I want to just put in our crazy art room at home and just keep adding more and more to that every year.
More and more. There's so many artists out there which are fantastic, and some of them are local, which is even better. But yeah, you can find so many different things. I mean, I see that every year there's the celebrities who are like shirtless men, like they're just sketches of them, and it's interesting. I'm like, there's clearly a market for it.
That's why hello but
yeah.
Is there a word for
we have that. We have that at home.
From Romeo Juliet.
From our wife. Hey, we have this little sexy pillow of me. You know.
Yeah. it was a prop in a play that we did where Hans and I were Romeo and Juliet together, and there's a pillow. But when it was over, we had this pillow, and the theater company that we worked with was like, "What are we going to do with this?" And a bunch of people in the cast and like the crew were like, "Well, I'll take it home," and I was like, "No."
I was like very quietly to Megan. I was like, I don't like saying this out loud, but I don't want random people to have a pillow.
Yeah, that's fair.
At their house. Because I feel like it was saving them from themselves, because I feel like you'd have buyer's remorse. Because as soon as that's in your house, like other people come over and they're like, "What is that?" And you have to be like, and then you have like a weird long explanation for it.
You've never been to you've never been to my apartment, so you don't know what I've got.
We're also very much looking forward to watching In Progress by One.
Nice.
The Parabash and my pals. So.
Well,
Oh, 100 people.
so
many people.
Rory, this was fantastic. Thank you all so much for coming out to this. Passing Time with Craig is available on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. I get to talk to some amazing people recently. Well, with the Calgary Underground Film Festival is also currently happening, so I got to talk to a bunch of the directors who had movies coming here. Let's see, I've got the manager for the Okotoks Dogs coming out in an upcoming episode. Lots of local people, lots of people from around the world. So yeah, give it a check out sometime. Passing Time with Craig. But thank you all so much. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you. Yeah, this is awesome.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Meg. Thank you, Hans, for being my guest on my first live podcast recording at the Calgary Expo. I guess this is 2 live recordings we've done. We did another one at the Alberta Indie Film Throwdown back in October, and I'm looking forward to doing some more in the future. So keep posted on all my socials because, yeah, I've got some fun things planned this year. Lots of fun stuff still to look forward to this summer, so make sure to give me a follow for all the fun ways to pass time. PTW Craig, Passing Time with Craig. Otherwise, we'll chat soon. Bye.